Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to talk about 5 keys to increase your sales influence. And I'm so grateful you're here. Okay, let's get started. 5 keys to increasing your sales influence. Whether you're here with me live or you're watching this on a replay, I'm grateful you're here. And I'm glad you're here to learn how to increase your influence. So let's jump right in. And first, I want to say it's all about growth. To increase your sales influence is about growth. It's a growth process, right? And what I do is help people through transitions and help them in their growth process, whether that is building their leadership, which is influence, and sales is a form of influence, right? It's increasing their communication, their attitude, relationships, the emotional intelligence of how they see themselves and others, and of course, all of that increases their sales enablement. So that's what I do at Candace May Training and Services. I am an author of the book Heaven Within: Restoring Wholeness for Better Leadership, which is a fabulous book, if I say so myself. It has 2 workbooks that you can download that will help you in your growth process, help you find your unique brand and what you represent and what your skills and strengths are. Then I am a public speaker, would love to join you or an organization you know of who's looking for a public speaker. I have worked with John Maxwell for 40 years under his mentorship. I've been a part of the Maxwell leadership team since 2016. And one of the highlights that John is known for is he's world renowned as a leadership guru. The book, 21 Laws of Leadership, is his flagship book. So we use that as a licensed coach and trainer with the Maxwell material and go into organizations to help them. And part of the tools that we have is the Maxwell method of sales. And that's what we're talking about today when we talk about the 5 keys of increasing your sales influence. Now, this is an introductory webinar just to give you the basics, the foundations, to let you know that we're here to support you. I look forward to working with you further in your personal growth and in building your sales influence, as we'll talk about. So let's get started and ask the question, what is sales? Sales is an exchange, a commodity for money, right? You're going to purchase a car. You want the car, you're going to give them money. You want to have a service of some kind, you're going to offer money to receive those services or in exchange. So let me ask you this. It's a rhetorical question, but how many of you like selling? Probably not a lot. Many of you, well, you may like selling. Some will be really great at sales and that's their livelihood and they thrive on it. And others may still be nervous about it as you're breaking into the sales industry. It's like public speaking. People are afraid to get up and speak in front of other people. They're afraid of the judgments. They may have things going on their head. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you best describe your sales skills are? And would you like to move up that scale closer to a 10? That's what we want to talk about today. So the first key that we want to talk about is belief. This covers your attitude and your mindset. We need to be aware of the thoughts that are going on in our head. We call this self-talk. Oftentimes, there's a lot of negative self-talk that is happening inside our head. I'm not sure about this. I don't know if I can do this. Tony, I'm so glad to see you here. And we need to guard that self-talk, right? And John Maxwell has a book, The 15 Laws of Growth. And in that book, there's a law of the mirror. And that law tells us to add value to other people, I must first see value in myself. And this is important. This is the self-confidence that we must have. To be really good at sales, to increase our sales influence, we need to believe in ourselves. We need to believe in the product or the service that we're serving. And we need to believe in the company that we're representing. Because without that strong confidence, we're going to have doubt and all negative self-talk that's going on, distracting our conversations. So building that awareness of what's happening in your head is important. So when we talk about belief, let's look at that for a minute. Where does all this negative self-talk come from? Or what are the beliefs that I'm holding on to? Where do they come from? It's kind of a cycle. Belief is a cycle, like a dog chasing a tail. It just keeps going round and round and round. So what are you listening to? The self-talk that you have in your head could be old messages that you were told growing up, throughout your adulthood, maybe relationships people have spoken into you. They've either spoken positive words of life and what you're capable of and how you're gifted, or maybe they spoke some things into you that made you question your worth and whether you were smart or capable of convincing other people, right? What are you watching on TV or what you're listening to? Those are all things that come into what you're listening to. So whatever you're listening to dictates your thoughts. You're going to listen into those things. And your thoughts dictate how you feel and what your feelings are. And then your feelings dictate what your actions and behaviors happen. People react with their behaviors out of the beliefs that they're thinking. And then our actions obviously give us our results. And those results reinforce the belief system that we have. So if I don't think I'm a very good at sales, then we're going to say, I don't know if I can do this, right? I don't know. And so that will impact the results that we have. But when we are believing, I am confident, I know this product will change lives, this service is well needed, it will enable us to communicate that much clearer. The second half of the belief of key, the key of belief in yourself, is not to compare yourself to others, because one of two things is going to happen when you compare yourself to others. The first thing is you may compare yourself to someone who's better at selling than you. And when you compare yourself to someone who's better, someone who's been in the field much longer, you're going to get discouraged. And you just want to throw your hands up and say, why bother? Like, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to do this. And the second thing that could happen is if you compare yourself to someone who's at a lower level than you are, you could look at others and say, I'm so much better than them. I don't need to prepare. I don't need to become any better than I already am because I'm doing great. So if you want to grow and if you want to increase your sales influence, the only person you can compare yourself to is yourself. And you want to compare yourself to your best self. We all have a bad day here or there. We don't want to look at ourselves on a bad day. We want to compare ourselves to our best self. And how do you become your best self? You work on growth, and growth takes time. Do you have a growth plan? There's things you can do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly to help you grow, to help you stay in your best self and become your best self. Daily, it might be incremental small steps, but those small incremental steps really compound your growth. It's like the grass growing outside. You don't ever really see the grass grow. It's just one day the grass is tall, right? So you can ask yourself at the end of each day, what did I learn today? Through the people you meet, you can learn. Through the activities you have, you can set out a routine, books and studies and things you're doing. What did I do today to learn what and how did I grow today? And what can I do differently? Maybe as you reflect on your day, you say, oh, I had this impact or relationship with someone, something happened. How could I handle that differently tomorrow? And that can bring growth into your life. Uh, Weekly, there's physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, and financial goals that you may want to have for every week and check in with yourself. How did I do? Monthly, I'm sure you have key performance indicators. Those are there for you to measure your results to make sure that you're on target and you're continuing to grow and increase. And remember, what gets measured gets attained. You want to reflect and adjust, and quarterly, looking back on the last 3 months is important to do because that's where we adjust our goals and our achievements to either increase or figure out a better way to get there, right? And then yearly, it's the middle of January at this time. It's not too late for you to reflect back on 2022 if you haven't already. What worked in 2022 for you? What didn't work? And what needs to change? And set those down and seriously put those into daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly goals and how you're going to measure those. These are all great ways because most of us are living on autopilot. We're going through the motions of life, waking up, checking your phone, getting your coffee, going to work, coming home, eating dinner, watching TV, going to bed and doing the cycle over and over again, the same thing. And we're not really setting time aside for our self-care to grow, to reflect. And those are essential if you want to increase your personal growth and your sales. We need to be our best self. So stop comparing yourself to others and only compare yourself to your best self. So let's summarize. That key number 1 was about belief in yourself and your product and in your company, right? It covered your attitude and your mindset, and it covered believing in yourself, guarding your self-talk, and not comparing yourself to someone who's better or lesser than you, but comparing yourself only to your best self. Key number 2 is to focus on relationships. Everything is about people and relationships. We have a product, we have a service. What is it for? To make the life of our customers better, to improve their lives somehow. It's about business. It's about people and relationships. So sales is a relationship in business. It's all about how do I make them feel? How does this product make them feel? How does it improve their life? How does the service make them feel? Never let a transaction be greater than the relationship. You never want to be in it just for the money, right? You really want to be in sales to add value to other people, to bring them a product or service that will change their life. So when you're focusing on people and relationships, your business will grow, your sales are going to grow, and your influence will grow as long as you're focusing on how you're making others feel and adding value to them. Key 3 is to first add value to them, right? Not just focus on those transactions. Are you seen as a giver or a taker? The best way to get people to come to you and to refer other people to you is for them to see you as somebody who really gives wealth, value to them, that you make them feel wanted and better for the sake of knowing you, right? So if you go the extra mile and you really let them know that you care, that they feel that you care. It's one thing just to care about someone, and it's another thing for them to understand or feel that you care. It's in that transference of emotion. Sales is really about emotion, isn't it? People buy based on emotion. They don't base it on logic. We think, it's logical. This is going to do good for you. But people don't buy on logic. People buy on emotion. So it's important that we understand How we make people feel is an emotion, and that emotion will draw people in and see the value that you offer, and that's when they buy. Key number 4 is to ask. People who are new in sales will go through a product and they'll talk about the features of the product. It's not the features people want necessarily. It's the outcomes that those features are going to bring them, right? Um, Having a great stereo is fabulous in a car, but how do you going to use that stereo? How are you going to feel when you're driving down the country road and listening to your favorite song? And it is a feeling that comes about, right? So remember that we're selling to outcomes, and asking for a few things is important. One, we want to ask for the sale. They need you. They need your product. They need your service. And so letting them know how this product or service is going to change their life is important. People want wealth. They want to achieve something more. They want help, navigation of how to get from A to B, or they want transformation in their life. Those are the 5 things that people really want to desire. So if you can take your product or service and really tie it into their wants, you'll be able to and let them know, really feel the power that you care about them, that you're not just selling them something for the money, but you're selling something to bring them that wealth, to bring them that achievement, to give them the navigation to get there or the transformation that they're looking for. Ask them for a referral. Once they've been satisfied in working with you and they see the value that you bring them or the product that you have has brought them, they're going to be excited. Ask them, who do they know that you should know? Who do you know that could benefit from the services that we offer or the products? When you go out to eat and you go to a restaurant and you have a really good meal and the service is really good, you get excited. You want to tell everybody, I had a great time with my friends over at this restaurant. The food was delicious. The waiter and waitress, they were like right on, always there. That's what you want. You want people to be excited about your service and you want them to share. So you want to ask them to share. And then the third thing I encourage you to ask is for a video testimonial. We have the LinkedIn and we have referrals and written notes, and those are great. But when you can get video is really powerful today. We have TikTok, we have Instagram, even Facebook. They're driven by video, right? So people like to see social proof. So if you can ask your clients for a quick video, if they're in with you in person, just pick up your phone, hit record, and ask them. Ask them 3 questions. Ask them, how were you before working with me? Or how were you before this product? You used it. And how were you after working with me? And then why should someone else hire me or purchase these products from me? Those are the 3 basic questions you have to ask. And they can quickly just answer those, right? On video. It's a powerful testimony. And finally, we come to the 5th key to increasing your sales influence. And that is, know who your customer is. Have an avatar of your customer. Have a name for your ideal customer. What is their income? What is their desires? What are their goals in career or in life? What kind of house do they have? What are their hobbies? What are the demographics? What books do they like to read, or what news are they interested in? When you understand who your customer is, your ideal customer, then you can speak to them and you can know what will motivate them and understand them, right? So understanding who you're looking for as a customer is essential. So let's just quickly go over these 5 keys to increasing your sales influence. The first is to believe in yourself, in your product or service, or the company that you're working for. Second is to focus on relationships and how you make them feel. How does your product serve them? And then add value to them up front right away, whether that be through offering coffee, cookies, bonus material that they can use, or other ways. And then ask for the sale, ask for referrals, and ask for a quick video testimonial. And the fifth one is know who you're looking for. That's the essentials. So what are your next steps? If you're really in sales and you really want to make a difference, I suggest you get to know yourself and what is your selling style. Do you know we all have a selling style? We have a selling style and we have a buying style. So when you are aware of your own personal selling style and the approach that you take, that will help you. When you understand the different personality styles that are out there and the buying styles that are out there, you can adjust the way you approach your sales. If someone is a very direct personality, they're a driver, uh, they're going to want bullet points and summary, high level information, and they'll make decisions quick. But if somebody is more analytical, they're going to want all the details. They may take several visits before they're ready to make a decision. If they're very outgoing, influencing type of personality, they may be more social oriented, and developing that social connection with them can be very powerful and the key to getting the business with them. But knowing what approach to take with each person means that you understand the various styles of personalities that are out there. You know what they look like and represent, and you know how to adjust your selling style to meet their needs of their buying style. So this is something that I would love to help you with, either one-on-one, or if you have a team, we can get together and we can do a half-day workshop. Everyone can do a sales impact report, and then get together with this half-day workshop and put together that understanding of their selling style, the different buying styles, and an action plan, a written document that you can actually use with prospects and clients to increase your awareness of how best to approach them in your sales. Very fundamental, very much engaging. You'll walk away with tools to put into your pocket. We also have several other workshops that are available, which are combine the Maxwell method of sales and the spin personality. The spin selling style, which is situational problems, looking at the problems that they have and what those look like, and asking the right questions about those problems and solutions of what they need, and then how to pay the payoff of finding solutions for those. This is and then combining the Maxwell method of sales really is unique in combining the sales methodology, the spin methodology of sales, and the Maxwell leadership principles together to create a unique situation. So I would love to work with you. I hope that this was valuable to you today, that though it was fundamental, it's a great reminder, those 5 keys and how you can apply them immediately to your life. And then knowing the different resources that we have, the framework that we always take in our coaching and training is the CARES methodology, developing leaders and salespeople that care through communication, attitude, relationships, emotional intelligence of understanding yourself and others, and then enabling and strengthening your sales ability. And then, of course, the speaking and presentation skills. I do train people on public speaking and one-on-one, building your confidence and all of that, which kind of goes hand in hand with sales, doesn't it? You have to be able to speak to people, whether it's a small group or a large group. And then we have leadership development, coaching, and all of the various workshops. So if there's anything I can help you with today, I would love to hear from you. My website is CandiceMay.com, and I'd love to meet with you. I see several people here with some comments. Happy Tuesday. Happy to be here. I'm happy you're here, Ada. Thank you for coming. Great content and presentation. Thank you. Thank you, Dean. Glad to hear from you. So, do we have any questions, Jacqueline? Well, have a great day, everyone. Be blessed.